class today for
I
their
think that
class.
is true. The complete planet itself, not in
Yep.
one place.
Everywhere, right? So ladies, today on Women's Day special, we will once again I'll repeat the class, right? So uh,
Thank,
I don't I don't know whether you'll thank to
thank,
me and to other team or not, right?
thanks a lot.
Right. Appreciate it. Your thanks is accepted, and we'll start now. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Now, last class you have been copying all the ribbon dot diff or ribbon diff XML syntax. This syntax is basically used to customize all ribbon. Now, let's first understand what exactly the word ribbon means. If you remember that, whenever I place my mouse over the Microsoft Dynamics CRM, or if I place mouse over settings, whatever the display that I'm getting, that is called sitemap, right? So I click on, or I place my mouse over Microsoft Dynamics CRM, I click over sales, and from the sales, let's take that, I take the example of accounts, I click on accounts. Now the account window opens up, right? These buttons that you're able to see called new, delete, email, run, export, hi, right? These all these customization here comes under ribbon diff. Not only that, whenever you open an account called Adventure Works Sample, I just clicked on account, you can see that some set of buttons are appearing. These set of buttons also controlled by ribbon diff. Now I go back to accounts, that's good. And I click on new button. As soon as I click on new button, the new page comes up. And on the top, you can see that save close, new, form, hi. These are also controlled by ribbon dot or ribbon diff XML. So these are all. So tomorrow, if you want to add something here, you have to customize what? Ribbon. Now question is how to customize. To customize it, I need to click on settings. If you remember that couple of class back, almost about 5 class back from today, we have clicked on solution. We have created a solution called as Varun Motors. I double click on it. The Varun Motors solution opens up. That's really good. If you remember that, I clicked on client extension and I clicked on edit existing and I selected both. While I was selecting both, I told you that I just need sitemap. I don't require the ribbon, but still I'm adding ribbon, right? So if you remember, if you can just refer back to the videos, for sitemap, you just need the sitemap. You don't require the ribbon. But still what I did is that I selected both and I exported it out. That means every time that I exported my solution, right? Every time that I exported my solution, right? Where did we export it? We exported to C drive on MSCRM, 1 default, 2 change, 3 change. So I click on 3 change. In the 3 change, if you remember that we have edited this, customization.xml. So I open with Notepad, it opens up. And if you remember that I was searching sitemap, sitemap, and this is what I was doing the customization. Sitemap title equals to Rupam sales. I added some groups, removed some groups, right? Now we will search not with sitemap, we will search with what? Ribbon, R-I-B-B-O-N, ribbon. And that's the place where your ribbon starts, ribbon diff XML, ribbon diff XML, you can see that. So ribbon diff XML has a lot of you can see that you have written almost about 3 to 4 page list of components. Something called lock label, rule definition, enable rule, display rule, tab type, rule definition, templates. You have all these elements, or the elements, child elements of ribbon.diff XML you have copied, right? Now rather than jumping here starting, okay, what we'll do is that, so basically finally whatever you have to do in this place. Tomorrow I want to add new, so you might have to copy this and you need to make one more new, right? So before we jump to this XML file, okay, we start customizing it. So basically this is your work. You have to do this customization. Now we'll make our life a little bit simpler because in my class I have few of them who are not good in coding and everything. So what I do is that first I'll show it a simpler manner. The last class I was using a sitemap editor for you, right? You can put in your resume that you have worked with sitemap editor to customize the sitemap. You have also extracted, the customization.xml and you have configured the sitemap manually. You can put in your resume. And today, to configure your ribbon, we will work with something called as Pragma tool. I'm using this software. So I double click on my Pragma tool, right? So that's good. You need to select from here. It's not an on-premises, it is an Office 365 application. That's good. What is the server? Aerosol6.crm5.microsoft Dynamics, Dynamics.com. Here, that's the link which I'm copying it, which is on my main pages, on my main page, right? So once that's done, I'll use my username rupam@aerosol6.onmicrosoft.com. Password is CRM1234 and I'll say hash and I'll say connect. Now the tool is loading. It's connecting to my organization. Okay, now you can see that the tool is loaded. No, so not only you can edit your ribbon, you can also use it for sitemap. You can remember that I was using some other tool for sitemap, right? So there are a lot of tools available in the market. You can use any one of them. This tool also supports sitemap, but at this moment we are here for ribbon. So I click on ribbon, right? It says, okay, which ribbon you want to customize. Now let's do one thing. We will add and what we'll add a button in student entity. If you remember that we have created a student entity, I select student. So meantime, let me go to marketing, right? If I go to the right side, what happened? Where is my student? It's not there. That means because I have been all uploading, downloading, uploading of all sitemap, looks like that we have lost the student. So right, so I click on school management, right? I click on entities, I click on the student entity. I'm just restoring it back. I'll put in marketing tab and I click on save, right? Same way fees. For the fees entity, I click on fee entity. I once again check marketing. I click on exam entity. Oh, cancel. First, let's save it. Save. I click on exam entity, right? I click on marketing. I click on save. Once this is done, I'll click on publish. So what happens now? All these student, fee will be appearing where? It'll be appearing in my uh, marketing tab because I have given it a marketing area. It should be visible. Oh, that's really good. Right now, because I did that, so let's say publish all customization. Best. Once again, I'm doing it. Let us publish. Good. When I go to my marketing, let's see it's visible or not. I scroll to the right side. I still don't have. So the bad luck is that I need to just log off and log on once. Sign out. So RUPOM Rupam @aerosol6 dot Microsoft.com CRM1234 hash, and there we go. In the time I can just close this. I can close this. I just need to click on CRM once again. click on open, then close this. Okay, let it be there. So there we go. Now I click on marketing, and you'll be able to see towards the last, I'll be able to see something called as extension, and I'll be able to see students, fees, and exam. I click on student. As usual, you can see that my data is still there. Amir, Raj, Ravi, Sham, Swati. On the top, you can see that we have new, delete, and everything. Now, I'll add a button here on the top, and the button will name it as Facebook. That's really good. So, how to do that? So, once the tool is loaded, which tool? The Pragma toolkit. It's loaded. I click on student, right? So first let's import. Now after I select from student, I click on the button called as import from CRM. So now it's connecting to my CRM server, right? Once it connects to my CRM server, right, I can see that the add button got activated. I click on add button. It'll ask me what is the button name. I'll put button name as right, RAKHI. Button name is Rocky. There are two types of actions. It can be script-based action. It can be URL-based action. Script-based actions are nothing but JavaScript. You have to write a JavaScript. Where do you write the JavaScript? I have to write the JavaScript. Again, I have to go back to my settings. If you remember that, we have written some JavaScript last time. Solution, right? Varun Motors, I double click on it. I go to my web resources. And this is the place where we have some type of, this is the place where we can add all our resources, right? We can add our resources, we can add some codes, piece of codes and everything here, right? So this is the place where last time we have added our JavaScripts. If you remember that, I clicked on new, then I gave the name of JavaScript, then I said that it's a JScript, right? It's a JavaScript. You can see that JavaScript. Then I clicked on text editor, and then I give that something name, and then I give us text editor, and this is the place where I was typing the whole code. Class, Shobhan, class, Neha. So now what you'll do, you can load a JavaScript and you can use it there, right? So for the moment, I'm leaving the page. I'm coming back here. Okay. So what is the action you want? I want for it to follow URL. What URL? So we will say that youtube.com. Let's open that. Whenever somebody clicks on it, so www.youtube.com. Oh, that's coming up. That's good. I copy this link and then I close it. I go back to my tool and I give the link here. Next, it's asking me, what is the image? What is the icon? So, okay. So what I'll do is that I will try to download an icon now, www.google.com. I'll say ICO or 16 by 16. What is the size? Let's see that. The size is 16 by 16, 16 by 16 JPG, 16 by 16 icons. Okay, whatever it is. You can see that the small icons are appearing. So that small icon. I click on images. See, so many 16 by 16 icons are there, right? You can see that. I don't know whether if I get one 16 by 16 icon where, okay, let's see. Oh, this is 16 by 16. No, each one might be 16 by 16, but okay, 16 by 16 image, IMA images. Let's see that small images. We'll see, right? Images. Yep. Oh, that looks. Yes, tell me.
No, I said like search for 16 by 16 YouTube image, you'll get that icon maybe. Yeah.
Okay, that's 16 by 16 YouTube IMAG image. That's it. Okay. So do you feel that 16 by 16? No, technically I don't see any 16 by 16 because 16 by 16 is very small. This might be the 16 by 16 if I'm not wrong. Right, these icons that you see, they might be these are all 16 by 16. You can see that, right? So 16 by 16 icon. This is the one, right? Click on save as. So where I'll save? Let's save this image in JP George. Okay, anyhow, I will save it where we will save it. We will save it in our own folder, that is on MSCRM. I'm saving youtube.png. Okay, let's take that. Now let's upload it. Where? I click on Varun Motors. I go to my web resources. I have to upload the image here first. I click on web resources. I say new web resource. So what is the web resource name? I'll say YouTube, Y-O-U-T-U-B-E. What is the display name? It's a YouTube. So Y-O-U-T-U-B-E, YouTube. All right, just give me a second, guys. All right, that's good. So now I'll say what type of it is. It's in PNG format, right? So I click on browse. I go back to my C drive and on, what is that? On MSCRM, on CRM, I say .png, I open it, right? And then I click on save. Automatically you can see that the URL comes here, URL. I click on publish. I'm just publishing it. So now the image is loaded to my solution. Best for better purposes, click on publish all customization, right? Okay, looks like that it's done. I'll copy this. If I copy it, it will show this small icon here. Okay, so I just copy this link. Okay, Control C. I come back to my tool. I give the tool the image link. Image link. Control V. You can see that. This is the image link. What is that? It aerosol 6.crm5, right? Okay, that's good. This is the image. This is the icon that will be appearing where this on exactly on the Rocky. Okay, fine. Where do you want to display? It is on grid, on form, on subgrid. I'll say I want to display on grid. Where on display? After the new data, after the, I say after the records. Okay. What? Anywhere else you want to display? Yes, I want to display on the form also. Where in the form? So I'll say exactly beside the same. Okay, that's good. Now, anything else? I want to display on subgrid also. Okay, where in the subgrid? Exactly somewhere. I'm just clicking it. So these are the places where it will put it. Right? Looks like everything is fine. I click on save. Do you want to save it? Save. System is now saved. I click on publish customization. So now it's publishing. It is placing the whole story inside the CRM. Okay, now you see that whether you say yes, whether you say no, there is no meaning. So whether you say yes, it is to customize this entity. If you say no, it is customize the other entity. So your wish, whatever you can click. Now let us go and check it out. What exactly has happened here? Settings, marketing, right? Already the student is there. So what I can do is that I'll go to some other account entity, right? Once the account entity loads completely, once again, I'll shift to student to see whether it's there or not. Else, what I have to do is that I have to log off and log on if it's not working. So looks like that, no. So let's sign out, right? And once again, sign in. So Rupam, click on CRM. Wow, that's good. What happened? Hmm, very good. What happened? My net is working fine. Yes, net is working fine. So history, clear history, clear cache, clear everything. CRM. Yesterday all this was working fine, and today I see that there is an error coming up. So let's see. I press enter, or rather than clicking on this, what I'll do is that I click on CRM, but I don't think that will have a CRM. www.google. Guys, can you hear me? Is it okay?
Yeah, we can hear you and see you. Yeah.
Okay, let me close all these things because it's open here, solutions, and there I've logged off. So once again, let me open the browser. Okay, MSCRM, login, login. That's the first link. Click on sign in. Oh, thank God it's loading. Okay, so now let us see that whatever the things that we have did, now we try to see whether those things are there or not, right? So what we did something in the student entity. So let's go to marketing. And here, if I go to the right side, I'll be able to see something called as students. When I see on the students, let's see where it's coming up. Oh, there we go. Can you see that now? We have exactly beside the new, we have something called as Rocky. I'm closing all these pages now. See, with a small YouTube icon there, YouTube icon, and we have something called as Rocky. If I click on it, it opens automatically another page and it opens youtube.com. You can see that. It's immediately opening it. Right? Can you see that? So we have just beside the new on the ribbon, we have added Rocky. Same way, whenever I click on new icon, because I have added to the grid, I have added to the subgrid, here also I should be able to see Rocky. Let's see. Right, it's connecting. Oh, save. Okay, null. You can see here Rocky coming up on the top. Right? Okay, that's good. It's there. Now, okay, fine. I open an existing student called Amir Khan. Existing. There also I should be able to see Rocky. Yes. You can see that Rocky is coming up here on the top with a small YouTube logo with the icon and with the Rocky. If you click on Rocky, automatically it'll start to open a YouTube site will open. So this adding of a button to ribbon bar is used with ribbon XML. Now, what it has done at the backend. Now, let's have a look in the backend. To have a look in the backend, right? If you remember that I have added Rocky and then I have to add some. I have added, Facebook. So now let's go ahead and export this solution out. Setting. Okay, our things are working fine thanks to this Pragma tool, which can easily, make you to add, help you to add a button to the CRM directly, right? So I open the Varun Motors, right? Okay, Varun Motors. Even though the button has been added to the school management, so now what I do is that I go to the, I click on export solution. Do you want to publish it? We have already did it, so we don't care. I click on next, right? Every time I'll be checking the ISV. So this time also I'll take the ISV so that we have the apple to apple comparison. If you don't take it also, no issues at all. It's all your one, right? So unmanage, export. Now the system is exporting out the file. And this time under the 3 change, 4 change, we'll get a new file called as 5 change. So 5 change, 5 underscore change, CHANGE, right? And I'll say Rakhi, RAKHI. And I open it. And by the time my solution is ready to export, yep, click on save. Where to save? Not in Badlapur or neither in, behind enemy lines. So we will save where? I go to my C drive. I look for the folder called as on CRM and 5th change. I click on save. Hey, that's good. The 5th change file has the solution. You can see that. Now I'll extract it. Right? I open my WinZip. Right? You can double click on it, but in my system, if I double click, it opens something else. So what I do is that I always open the WinZip like this, and then I drag and drop the Varun Motors to the WinZip file. Automatically inside, you can see a lot of files here. So I can see all the files. I'm dragging and bringing them back to the same folder called as 5 underscore change underscore Rocky. Now, this is the file which contains my ribbon. This is the file which contains my sitemap. I right click on it. I click on edit. Automatically it opens in a notepad. I make it big. Now let's do a postmortem. What exactly has happened? What did this Pragma toolkit has done to this file? Because finally the change has to come here. So whatever the tool is doing, why can't I do it manually? Yep, you can. So I say Control F, RIBBO and ribbon. You can see that the ribbon XML starts. But rather than it's a long ribbon file, rather than doing this, what I'll do is that I will look for something called as Rakhi. R-A-K-H-I. You can see that, right? So one Rakhi, there are two Rakhis, right? One is the button, you can see that. So one is command definition. One is the command definition, right? Ribbon, or you can say action, right? You can see that it is an action where till here to here. So all the actions are stored separately, right? You can see that B grid, because you have put on grid level, you have on the form, on the subgrid. There are total 3 actions has been created for it. This is your whole action, this complete part. What are the 3 actions? One at where, right? So this is, I'm just separating it. So 3 labels and 3 actions has happened. First action. What is action? Its action ID is equals to CI form level
What
Rakhi,
is
right? And if I go towards this is for which form? MSCRM dot form dot new underscore student dot main tab dot save, right? It's all, you can see that it's there, right? So it has to appear there. A button has to appear there. Okay, where else? Nowhere you see that we have something called as www.youtube.com or facebook.com. There is no link anywhere. You see that? No link. 3 lines of straight line of code. 3 lines is to display the button. So this is nothing but it's creating a button. Button ID is B underscore Rakhi. That's a button ID. What is the action? CMD action Rakhi. It is so whenever you're adding a button, system is creating an action for you. It's automatically creating a CMD underscore action. Sequence 10. This action is allocated to where? To the text label called Rakhi. Whenever somebody puts their mouse over the button, it should show Rakhi. Tooltip is equals to Rakhi, right? So that's nothing but when I go to my marketing, right? I go to student and I just place my mouse over Rakhi. It will say Rakhi, Rakhi. So you can see that it's giving some tooltip whenever I place my mouse over it. So all this tooltip, you can change it to, hi, this is, please click here to open YouTube. You can write like this, right? Tooltip description, you can see that all these are system automatically. What is the image size? 16 by 16. Okay, what is the image, image link? If you remember that, we gave this link. I copied this link in the tool, in the button, aerosol 6 dot, I copied this, this link there, right? Image link. If it's a 32 by 32, it's a big image. There are 2 types of images you can add, small and big. So small is for mobile phone, bigs are for, displaying in web-based environment. So that both the links are same, you see that? So now you can see that I have just added a button on CRM new page. Not only that, next MSCRM home grid dot new student. So whenever you click on the student entity, you're in the home. So home page 1, new page 1, and then whenever somebody opens an existing record, we call it as MSCRM subgrid dot new underscore, right? So, and you can see that it's the same long story. What is the tooltip, right? What is the sequence? What is the size? If you put the sequence equals to 1, or you put sequence equals to 1, it will come in the starting tab. Sequence 2, it will be in the third from the starting. 3, 4, 5, 6, all these sequence are given, right? So you can see that the whole, whatever we have did with the tool, it's now appearing here. This is just to place the button, right? What has been controlled? It is controlled by this command. What is the command? cmd.action Rakhi. This is the place where whenever you click on it, the action triggers. Okay, so where is this? So you can see that custom actions is immediately starting up, right? Immediately, you can see that. What is the custom action? CRMD action Rakhi. So you can see that command definition equals to CMD underscore action Rakhi. You can see that same one. What is the action? Action is that action. What is the action? Oh, sorry, what I'm doing. What is the action? This is the action. You can see that. So custom action is starting up, and this is the action, right? You can see that. So So action is this. Template equals to this. You can see that command definition, it's starting up, and command definition is ending. This is your place. This part. I'm just making it separate for you. This part is youtube.com. You can see that the whole action is coming up. This action has a label called as, what is the action name? CMD underscore action underscore Rocky. And this action has been added to where? To your ribbons. You can see that every time you have the command and action. If you remove this action, then even though if you click on it, nothing will happen because there's no action defined to it. It's just a label. You click on Rocky 10 times, nothing will happen because the action is not there, right? So by this, you can understand that, okay, this is the way I can create something, for accounts, contacts. So what do you need? You need to mandatory things. What are the things are required? You can see that. So I need to have an action ID, right? For that, I need to create a separate action somewhere like this. So you have to create an action. Then you have to assign, you have to say that CMD underscore, you can write anything, one underscore Rupam, that's action. And then you have to put where you are placing that button, what is the command behind it. So one underscore Rupam, what is the sequence 10, right? What is the image? What is the label of the text? Because that it's nothing. It's just the properties of the button that we have just inserted. Tooltip, from level button, tool description. If you don't put that, nothing will happen, right? So images are compulsory, icon is compulsory, right? Other than this, you can refer to that, one, if I say it's a compulsory or not. So most of them are optional, it's not a compulsory one. So hence, this is the way a new, now if I want, I can change this from YouTube, I can put to Facebook, right? I'll just do Facebook. I'm changing it, see, Facebook, book. And from here, in the place of Rocky, the label, right? What I'll do is that I'm just changing the text label. I'll say not label equals Rocky. I'll say Facebook, Facebook, book. And I'll say, what is the tooltip? Click here to open Facebook, CLICK. Click here to open FB. I'm just giving a tooltip. Same way, I need to change in 3 places because the button is visible in 3 places. So on the main tab, on this, the 3 places I have to change. But I'm just changing in 1 place. That's really good. So I'm done. As usual, I'll click on save, right? It's saved. Now, as usual, what I have to do is that I have to pack this 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to pack it. Right click. I say zip with. I say, add to 5 change.zip. Okay, now it has created a zip file called 5change.rocky. So I'll drag and drop the zip to see whether everything is there. Okay, looks like everything is there. Now I'll import this solution. So what I'll do is that I close here, I go back to my solution tab, right? Solution, so CRM, settings, I'm in my solution tab. I'll say import solution, right? I'll point to this 5 underscore change, browse. I say where it is in my C drive. I look for where. I said it's on CRM. It's 5 underscore change underscore Rocky and it's 5 change. This is the one. Click on open, click next. System will see whether there's any error in the file or not. Looks like that there's no error. Perfectly fine. Click import and wait. It's now importing the customization, the ribbon. Yeah, I made some few label change. I changed only 1 out of the 3. I just changed 1. So now it's importing those change and simultaneously you can keep on making the remaining changes also, right? So it's opening it up. Cool. There we go. Cool, that's coming up. Good part. Right, looks like the import is complete. Okay, so done. Okay, now I click on publish all customization. That's good. Okay, it looks like that it's done. So now I can go back to my marketing. All right, or else it's better that once you log off and log on. All right, so I click on sign out. Did we publish, guys, after importing? Yep, I believe so. I published it. RUPOM ARROWSOL as aerosol 6 dot on MICROSOFT Microsoft.com. Password is CRM1234 hash. Right. So I scroll down to CRM. See, again the same problem. God will save me. Is it? It will or it will not? Huh. I don't know. Sitemap. So as usual, I have to go back to my history. I don't know. It's saving something somewhere. Should not be. Clear all recent histories. So done. I close it. I click on sign in. Let's see. RUPOM @ARROWSOL6 dot on MICROSOFT.com. Password is CRM1234 hash. There we go. I scroll down. I see CRM. It's working now. Oh, it'll not work. I close it. Open CRM. It will not work. CRM. Somebody got dropped. Okay, what was the URL? Somebody remembers? What was the direct link? I'm not getting this clearly. So www.google MSCRM login. Sign in. Click on CRM. Now it'll open. You should get here like this. Aerosol 5 production instance and Microsoft Dynamic Online 2015 update. So now it'll open. There we go. So my CRM is opening it up. That's right. Okay. Now let's go and check whatever we did, where it is gone. So now I click on marketing, scroll towards my right side. I click on student. My student entity opens up. And you can see that here it's showing Rocky. That's good. If I click on new, then what it's showing, let's see. On the new button, because one of the one which I changed, I don't remember which one I changed. So let's see, it'll be now seen Here it is changed. So that Facebook. When I place my mouse over it, click here to open FB. And if I open it, it'll open fb.com. You can see that it's opening Facebook. But the remaining two links are still pointing to YouTube. I click on student, right? I click on Raki. It's still pointing to, okay. Oh, because, sorry, no. All the three are pointing to Facebook because action is one, remember that. There are not three actions defined. All them has one action, right? So if you want, you can define multiple actions, right? Control F, I say that, what is that? RAKHI, I open it. This all has only one action, and what is the action? This is the action. You can copy this now, Control C. I'm defining one more action. I'm pasting it here. Second action. This I'll say that open www.yahoo.com, yahoo.com. Change it to Raki_1. Change the ID also. Same way. Once again, I'm copying one more. I'll say that this will open what? ndtv.com. It's _2. Right? So _1. And now here you have to define, right? For if it's on the new form, open _1. If it's on the update form, open _2. See, I'm defining these, right? The custom actions. So icon is same, okay? Icon is not same. The logo is same. One place it says, two places it will say Raki, and one place it will say YouTube, or sorry, Facebook. It will say Facebook. So you can change the label. You can say Raki 22222. So one place it will show Facebook label. One place it will show as Raki 2. One place it will show as label text. Each one of them has some action defined, and those are my actions here. My custom actions are there. Command definitions, I'm giving some rules. All these are trial and error that you have to do. Okay, file, save. I save it, close. Now let's delete this 5_change. Delete, yes. Once again, let's pack this. I'm once again zipping it, right click, add to 5_change.
We need to change the Raki name also in action.
Where? We did that.
Like you.
Okay, I'm opening it.
I mean, you did.
Okay, let's see. Question F, RAKHI. Tell me, right? These are the three places where I need to change.
You define two actions, right?
I defined
like
three actions.
Here you
one action I kept
CMD
Raki.
action Raki 1, then
Raki 2 I defined.
Then down
what?
Down here. Okay, this the actions here.
Now there are three actions.
This is also
one is
okay.
One is Raki, which is pointing to Facebook. Raki 1 pointing to Yahoo. Raki 2 pointing to NDTV. Here three labels. One is Facebook label. One is Raki 222. One is Raki. Raki is pointing to Raki 2 action. Raki 222 is pointing to only Raki action. Facebook is pointing to command action Raki 1. And these actions are be defined somewhere in the bottom. Clear? Okay. Don't use RAR. Okay. Don't use RAR. Not a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use always WinZip. Don't use RAR. WinZip. Add to Raki 5 change or zip. Done. Okay. Now once again I'll import it. If there is any error, system will point me. Ding, ding, error. Let's see whether how good we are doing, how bad we are doing. Solution, right? Import, where that? Import solution. I point to import solution. It asks me browse the file. I'll go there and I'll point to the same file, C drive. I point to the same file called as on CRM 5_change 5 change. Okay, next. If you have an error, it will show now here itself. Oh, just like that, no error. That sounds good. Click on import. Let's start importing. Still, if there's error, it will show. See, there is error. Validation. There's a validate schema error somewhere. You can see that. It's giving some problem. Schema error. What is that schema error? Let's see. Maybe the ID, we have just changed the label. We might have validate solution package schema. I don't know what is that error. Let's see. SXT validation handler, right? It's a package validation. It's not able to validate the package. Okay. So it looks like that in our file only we had some issue somewhere. So let's open it. Right click on edit. Right, Control F, RAKHI, go back. So these issues like this you'll be facing in your normal file. Let me see whether Rocky _2, whether it's _2, _1, _2. Custom action, role ID is enabled, enable role action, define, that's done. Custom definition, ID is equals to, I'm just checking whether everything is fine or not. ID is equals to RAKH _1. See that? There is no I here. See? CRMT _action RAKH _1. And here what I have? RAKHI _1. See, it's a validation failed. Because that whenever it's trying to find this command is not there. So either I have to remove I from here or I have to add a I here. It's better that I add a I here. Oh, sorry. Got it? So you have to be careful. Now, okay. Fine. Any other error? Looks like that, no. So file, save. So now we are, once again, I'm deleting this. 5_change, delete. So once again, create the package. I'm packing it. So send to, sorry, WinZip, add to 5_change. Okay, my packing is done. Now it's better to upload it. Import. Click on browse. Click on 5. Let's see whether it passes this time or not. Click. How many of you say it will pass? Tell me fast.
I'll say pass.
It will pass. Voting, voting, voting. Oh. Still looks like that we may have made some mistake somewhere. It's still not able to validate it. So let's check that again. Once again, let's open it. Open, edit. Right, Control F, RAKHI, press enter. RAK command 1, CR _Rocky1. So _Rocky1, that's good. CR _Rocky, CR _Rocky, that's good. CR Rocky2, red go to Rocky2, Rocky _2, Rocky _2. Looks good. Question raises is that why we are not able to define it. Ribbon.xml rule definitions. Okay.
So there is no any tool which will give the number, line number also, line number where we make a mistake, just like the studio or like that Visual Studio.
That you have to open in a Visual Studio and you have to check it out. So whatever it is, guys, just check it out, okay? It's easy to resolve, right? I'm just running out of time because I have to show you one. So just check it out why and how this is not working, right? You have the tool. Same way, now what you can do is that you can, I'm using this tool called as Pragma Toolkit. Now you can start using one more tool called as Ribbon Workbench, which I gave you long back. So after installation, I double click on my Ribbon Workbench. The Ribbon Workbench tool opens up, right? So allow, so my Ribbon Workbench, with the help of Ribbon Workbench also, I can create a lot of ribbons, and this is specially meant for ribbon customization only. And this is a very detailed tool, right? With this tool, you can start, making a lot of changes. You can drag and drop the position rather than, you selecting a button and then creating a position. So let it open. All right. coming up. So there we go. So it asked me, okay, which solution you want to pick it up. So I'll say, I want to pick up Varun Motors. I click on OK. Now it's picking up, it's downloading the Varun Motors ribbon.diff XML, right? So let's wait. Exporting ribbon.xml, you can see that. So it's exporting the ribbon communication. Right. Right. Done. Still doing it, so let's wait. Okay, now looks like the tool is loaded. You can see that home, subgrid, form. This is, say, this is seen whenever you click on new, the form loads. Whenever you click on an existing form, there is a student called as Raj, you double click on Raj and it opens. So this is the grid. Whenever you click on the student entity, this is the grid. What do you want to add? You can see that there are a lot of things are there. I want to add a menu, I want to add a button. You can drag a button here. Where do you want to add? I want in front of new. So button is added. What is the command? You see that the command is not there. I don't have any much command here. So now what you have to do is that you have to manually create a command. So I have to come, right? I have to right click on command, click on add new command, right? It will say what is, okay, command, add new, right? Wait, what's happened? It's not coming up, right? It's still showing the button now, right? So just enter the image of the button, right? Enter the image link the way we entered here, right? Sequence, what is the sequence, what is the description, what is the label. From the label, I'll say not button, I'll say RUPOM, right? RUPOM. I'll add Rupam. The button name will be called as Rupam. What is the tooltip, right? All this thing. There are a lot of other information also, miscellaneous information. You need not to write all these things. Now what you have to do is that every button should have a command. You can see that we have added a button called Rupam. This button doesn't have any command. So now what I have to do is that I have to click expand command, right? I have to right click on this command, click on add new. A new command is created, you can see that. So what is the action? You can see that in the site. The command name is a new account dot three dot command three. You can see that dot command. If you want, you can rename this. From here, as I told you, there are two types of actions. What are those? I click on add. It'll ask you whether it's a JavaScript or open URL. So for the moment, let's take JavaScript. Open URL. Then it'll ask you which is the what is the address. So from the here, I'll just take one address here, whichever it is. Control A, Control C. Same thing, I'm doing it here. Control V, right? What is the mode? Window mode. You want a dialog box, modal dialog box, modeless dialog box. You know what is the modal? It'll ask you with okay, yes or no, right, directly. So you can select, I just want to open a separate window. See that a lot of things are there here, right? You can see that. So I said that, okay, let it be that. So I click on OK, right? A command has been created called as command 3. Now I go back to my button, right? Where is my button? This is my button. And here in the command, right, I scroll down, I scroll up. Okay, in the command, I'll select that the third one, new account dot command 3, the one which I just created, right? I can assign the image. I can click on browse. It will say YouTube, or you need not to give a link. It's automatically taking it from your resources. So I'll say that YouTube, right? Click OK. I browse. So where YouTube? Okay, right? Looks like that. Everything is fine, right? Uh, right. So I'll click on publish. Are you sure that you want to publish? Yes. Now it's publishing. See that? Now I'm just adding a Rupam button, Rupam there, where in the account entity, right? Because you can see that my account entity that I have selected is account. You can see that entity. You can scroll down and you can select some other entities also, like student entity I have selected. So this is also a good tool. You can use this ribbon workbench tool also. It will do the same work that you have been doing it. You can create a separate button called, you can create a separate button called Sneha, and you can put in the subgrade. You can create another button called as Shobhan, and you can put in the form, and you can give them you can create a multiple actions and assign those actions, and just open the file and see what is the mistake that we did, right? And why it's what is the differences, where it's the difference is lying, question raises, right? So now it's working. You can check it out. It's coming up. With a power director cool. Right? Okay. What happened? Empty label found for the property alt b domain. Let's see, all warning, warning, warning. I don't care. These are all a warning. Right? Looks like that this worked. Okay. So fine, let's go back to my solution. Okay, for my solution, I go back to my Microsoft Dynamics. Let's open sales. Let's see that page directly comes there or not when I click on accounts, or else I have to log off and log in, right? So I'm clicking on accounts, and the home page I should get Rupam on the top. Oh, see, Rupam is there. The button has come up, and I double click on it. It will open the login.microsoft page automatically for you. See, you can use the Pragma toolkit, or you can use, both this toolkit, whichever is feasible to you. Use it, right? Check out, do the changes, and that's all about your ribbon customization, right? Use the parameters, check the parameters. If you have a doubt, get back to me, right? In your real time, you have to add buttons, you have to add some actions. So that's the whole thing that you have to do in a technical. Those who are applying for technical part, they should be good in this, adding a button also, right? So tomorrow we'll see furthermore on this, and tomorrow I'll be showing you the backend database administration of CRM, because I have already installed the CRM in my system 2015 version. So you can have a look on it, where this data is going. Whenever I'm creating a student, I'm creating a lot of student, where the students are getting saved. So we'll see this And day after tomorrow, we will start server-side scripting, right? So that's it for today. Let's meet tomorrow. Thank you. Have a nice and wonderful day. Right? Bye-bye.
Thank you.